we got problems. For those of you that don't know, the Steven Universe community has been doing some iffy things. And also, for those of you, like the two of you that don't know, Stephen Bomb 3 has been happening, and it's doing pretty good. I like the episodes that's been coming out so far and all this stuff. As I said, it's a 5-part art, and, every episode's gonna affect every episode, so on and so forth. And the thing is, since the episodes, things have not been going well for the Steven Universe fandom slash community. For those of you for those of you that aren't really aware, Keystone Motel is an actual thing, like in Florida. And, that's a really nice thing. The episode was based off a real thing. But the thing is, the Steven Universe fandom slash community, I don't want to keep saying that. That'll be stupid. They leave reviews of the motel. I shit you not, within just 24 hours, 1,000 reviews for the motel just pop up. You could probably even find yourself, and the numbers keep getting higher and higher. If I want to assume, they're probably at like 1,500 by now. That's just a guess. But the thing is, those reviews are pretty much real. They aren't real whatsoever. They're more of a joke, but not really so much of a good joke. They've been leaving 1 out of 5 star reviews, they've been leaving 5 out of 5 star reviews, so on and so on. But the reviews have nothing to do with the motel as well. That rhymed. Because of that, the motel could possibly go out of business, or just things could happen to them that's not really good. It's going to be more or less of a domino effect, because if they go out of business or whatever, they're going to go to Cartoon Network, then Cartoon Network's going to go to the Crooniverse and Rebecca, and then Crooniverse and Rebecca are going to come to the community. And that's not really a good thing. I'd rather not have that happen, because you don't know what they could do. Cartoon Network or whoever controls this stuff could, like, take away season 3 from us. They could cut the episodes. They could, get rid of some episodes entirely, or just get rid of characters entirely. Could they do that? Probably. Another thing I want to address is the hate. Not really the hate towards, a certain thing, but towards a certain character. You all know that character, Pearl. Ever since Cry for Help, she's always just been getting so much hate. And practically in every single Pearl related episode, she either gets more love or more hate. And the hate is always twice as much as the love. And that's rather a problem. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, you should always love Pearl and she's the best character ever and all this stuff. But people saying that she's the worst character ever, she's terrible, she should never be in the show, just kick her out, kill her or something permanently and whatnot, that's not really necessary. The thing about Pearl is she's pretty much supposed to be the opposite of what she is. And what I mean by that is pearls are smooth and perfect. As you all know, Pearl ain't smooth and perfect. She's always going to make mistakes and all this stuff. And especially in Cry for Help, she's not really, the best character, of course, and all this stuff. But since she fused with Garnet, that's a stupid thing. Since she fused with Garnet and all this stuff, she felt this high for being strong and stuff and whatnot, being elegant and strong and powerful, and occasionally learn to smash. Because of that, Pearl loved being that, and she just wanted a reason to fuse, so she kept rebuilding the hub. So you can't really blame her, because she was more or less addicted to fusion. And it is at the same time a bit of a dick move to Garnet, since she is, pretty much a fusion, and she takes fusion really seriously. Like, really seriously and all this stuff. And Amethyst even tries to help Pearl. She, tries to defend her, even, when she more or less busted her. And she said, well, you can't blame her, because I pretty much feel the same way when I want to fuse with you. And, just shit just goes down and all this stuff. And Pearl just keeps getting more hate and more hate and more hate, just because the character is thirsty or salty, or actually there's not even really that much salt in here. You see that? That's not much salt. Give me a second. That's salt right there. Just because they have all that stuff doesn't mean they're a terrible character. Just because all of that. That's not really necessary. The thing is, a good example would be for Lapis. She has to be like some type of wizard or some shit, because she pretty much tricked the entire community in fandom, thinking that she was one of the best character ever. May I remind you that she's not really the best character. In all honesty, she's just about as worse as Pearl when it comes to mistakes, and here's why. First of all, you might be saying that, oh, she does all this because she's best friends with Steven and she only does all this for Steven. May I remind you that Lapis, with practically no hesitation, tried to drown Steven and Connie at the same time, with rather no hesitation from the Steven water clone thing. And if it wasn't for Greg to, step in and whatnot, they would have been dead. Civil as that, because nobody would have been doing anything. At least I don't think so. And because of Lapis at the same time, Greg broke his leg because the man went in the air and, all this other stuff. Not only that, she purposely, and this always gets me, this always makes me just hate Lapis even more. There's a reason to hate Lapis. We all want to find her and we just all want her to be free. That's just the thing. The thing is, she keeps rejecting help. I don't know what her problem is. She knows she cannot, have the form of Malachite any longer. She knows she cannot be the alternate, personality for Malachite because Jasper's eventually gonna take over, and hell's just not only gonna break loose on Beach City, but the world pretty much. That's why they need to find them. Thing is, they can't find them, and even if Steven does try to, communicate with Lapis with telepathy or whatever, she just keeps denying help no matter what, and that really irks the shit out of me. Okay? That is a problem. And I'm not saying that, you should hate this character, love this character, or whatever. Opinions are opinions. The thing is, if you take someone else's opinion, crush it, then take your opinion and just shove it in their face and saying that that's a fact, that's a problem. And that really should not be, happening, all this stuff. You not be thinking, oh, but the Steven Universe community, those aren't bad things. Those were only two of, like, the 10 things I named. Not only that, they don't keep their mouths shut. Let's be honest here, the community doesn't really keep their mouth shut. I'm not saying the whole thing, but a good portion of it. At least a good 5 to maybe 20% of the community doesn't know when to shut up. By that I mean, for those of you that don't know, Cry for Help and, what's that one thing? Keystone Motel, those episodes got leaked a couple of days before Comic-Con even. The entire summary, what's gonna happen, this character did this, blah, 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 all of it, just everything about it just got leaked on the internet. And nobody really kept their mouth shut about it. And because of that, all this stuff happened, and we were kind of surprised. Well, not really surprised anymore, since those were leaked and stuff. Everything about it. Sapphire has one eye. Check. Sapphire and Ruby. Again. Check. Sardonyx being a fusion of Pearl and Garnet. Check, check, check. All this stuff. It was just leaked, and nobody really did anything about it, except for just saying, stop spoiling. That's rather a problem, okay? That doesn't really need to happen anymore. If something comes out, just try not to spoil it or something, okay? There's no need for you to blab to everybody about this is gonna happen. There's no need for any of that type of shit. Third of all, when the writer has to step in, one of the writers, specifically Matt Burnett, saying that this isn't gonna happen or just stop with this, just do that. Matt Burnett did actually have to step in and say to the people leaving all the Keystone Motel reviews, just saying, hey, dumbasses, stop leaving these reviews because it's not necessary since you've never been to that motel. And second of all, for all those people who keep asking for male gems, they keep pestering Matt and then just other writers of the show saying, when are we going to get male gems? Are there going to be male gems? Is Ruby or Jasper a male gem? And Matt just keeps replying with, no, sadly, there are not going to be any male gems. And that's not specifically to those certain people, that's to the entire community. Sadly, there are not going to be any male gems. At least from what I know, it's been 100% confirmed. I mean, yeah, sure, the gems could look like a gem, well, a male gem, have the voice of one, all this other stuff, but they are technically female, quote unquote, there, since they are sexless or slash genderless or whatever of that. Okay, that's pretty much the rant. I'm not saying that, the Steven Universe community is shit or it's terrible or whatever and whatnot. I'm just saying the things that they're doing recently and right now are rather childish. And the Keystone Motel reviews thing, that needs to stop, like, now. Today, okay? Because if they go out of business, who knows what could happen to this show. And I rather not have that, okay? So try and spread the word. Try not to spread it, too much. Spread this video around and whatnot. Though I don't want to like wake up shot or stabbed or whatever. Okay, people wouldn't do that, would they?